Hi everyone, it's David, and welcome back to Safer FX. We have before us US dollar CAD on the 15-minute, and it's the Asian session on Monday, the 20th of October, 2025. Highlighting this one because the CAD and the yen are both denominated the same way, and I've taken a short on the yen, and I've posted that earlier this morning. But the CAD sort of looks like it could be in the same situation at the moment, and it's supportive, both being short trades because of the way they're denominated to the US dollar. So I'm sort of happy with that. But if I just pop out, I think probably to the daily very quickly on the CAD, just in terms of the way it's been moving on a daily basis, all the way back in April, what looked to be price contraction, then searching for liquidity, probably either side. Not as like the velocity of the wave or the frequency of the wave is quite open, and it's a little bit ambiguous. However, it does look like that the price around, was it 138,500-ish, I think 138,400, somewhere in there. That seems to be about daily sort of value at the moment. Now, it has been for the last couple of months. But if we just snoot in really quickly, if I go on to the 4-hour, it does look like we've had this big, so that was last week, there was a 4-hour there, there was a 4-hour during the London, beg your pardon, the New York close there on Friday night. And if I shoot down even further on the 15-minute, it does look like this is a trigger, so this is a sell stop trigger order that I've got sitting here. It does look like maybe if I come down to the 5, it does look like that, it's pretty well established to sort of a little bit of a 5-minute money anyway, has established some expansion legs, and it looks like it might trigger short. I'm not as confident with this one as I probably am with a couple of the others, but this is just a sort of trading idea. The two purple lines are basically 4-hour price and efficiency. So this is back to the 4-hour chart, snooting in. So there's the 4-hour candle on Friday night. Clearly came off at the end of the New York session. Trading since hasn't. It's established a new sort of 4-hour direction, if you like. So we had this one at the top here. This is earlier last week. So when was that? That was back on the 14th of October, whatever day that was. Probably a week and a day ago, wasn't it? So that's probably the Friday close on New York all the way back then. And then we had last week's trading. It's fallen away again. So I really do think this one has the potential to come off a little bit. As I say, whether or not it sort of moves all the way back down to what could be daily sort of value, I'm not too sure. But, probably in the initial price targets around 139, 300, somewhere around there. But we'll see how this one goes if it does indeed trigger. Back onto the 15-minute. It does look like it may trigger in the next maybe even few minutes, hour or so. In which case, look, I'd just hold this one short on a 15-minute basis. You can see where the stop loss is outside the trading swing range that I'm calling on a 15-minute as being significant. And then we'll just see if this one can roll over, if you like, and continue short. So in terms of a trade view, it's probably at least the balance of this week, maybe into next week to return to sort of that daily value line, if it's indeed going to go there. If it does trigger and I get a big white candle back above this value here on the 5-minute or the 15-minute value at 140,200, there and thereabouts, 140, 150. That means this trade's probably not likely to be working. In other words, it's ambiguous. It's not going to head short. It's probably going to muck around a little bit. So I'd be getting out and I'd take a small loss. So that all being said, we'll see if this one triggers and goes off, and we'll just watch its progression from there. Any comments, any questions, just please hit me up below. More than happy to answer any questions. If not, please subscribe. Other than that, stay safe, trade safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.